Italy 5 again, but Israel 4. I don't even know what happened. I had to take a 24-hour period to just think about it, instead of just making the video right after, because just not in the right headspace. Watching that game was almost like I just needed to end. Someone even called me when Israel scored their fourth goal, and they're like, I just got the notification 4-3 and then 4-4. What the hell's going on? And I was like, man, it kind of just stayed silent for like 5 seconds, and I was like, listen, it's just so sloppy. And both teams were very sloppy defensively, but like you're just not, you shouldn't be seeing that from Italy, especially against a side like Israel. You know, against a lower tier football side, it's just unacceptable to see. Um, I was thinking that, Gattuso really was gonna bring the fire back, and I understand it's only the second game. I'm still excited for our future with Gattuso, but like at some point, like you can't always blame the manager. The players just look sloppy, lazy. On the own goal that Locatelli scored, he was even checking his shoulders and stuff. He knew no one was around, but I don't understand, like, on the replay, if you watch it in slow motion, it looks like no one's following any runners anyway. Everyone's kind of just standing in space. No one knows where anyone is at all the time. Even before they got up to the point where the guy crossed it in for Locatelli to hit it into his own net. Like, it was so easy for Israel to. I don't know if it was a direct giving goal, or if it was a third man run, but it looked so easy. It looked like men versus children. And like, if anything was gonna look like men versus children, it should be Italy dominating Israel. Even the third goal, the Bastoni own goal, was like a third man combo on the left side, similar thing, and then the guy drilled it in. I was watching it, and it was almost like I knew exactly what was gonna happen, because like Italy made it so easy for Israel that Israel was just taking everything whatever they wanted to do, they were doing. That can't be happening, especially when you have players like Di Lorenzo, like Bastoni, like Di Cambiasso, whatever, like Tonali, like Locatelli, like Barella. Martini, I mean, like, I didn't mention him because I think he's terrible, but he's well known in European football, I guess. So it's floppy, it's unacceptable. I'm still not a fan of Locatelli's game. I'm not okay. I understand that Zaccagni is injured, but replacing a left wide player with a central midfielder, central defensive midfielder, I understand you want more control of the game, and DeMarco's gonna bomb forward. But the reason why it doesn't work like that is because DeMarco is gonna bomb forward as a left footer, someone that's gonna stay wide and cross, right? Zaccagni offers the completely different thing. He offers the right footed on the left that cuts in and causes chaos from the second. He causes chaos by himself because he's cutting in, and he's a threat, direct threat off his cut in. DeMarco doesn't cause chaos by himself because he needs someone to provide him the ball in an open area down that line, and then he needs someone on the end of his cross. He's a good crosser, but it's a completely different thing. That's why you look to have both of those options on the field at the same time. A player like Zaccagni being overlapped by a player like DeMarco. You could have put Cambiasso on that left. I know he's left-footed, but he's very two-footed. Him and DeMarco could have played nice together. But I understand Cambiasso is DeMarco's sub, so that doesn't work. But you could have started Raspadori from the jump in that left-hand space. I mean, we ended up getting the result anyway, so I understand it's not the biggest problem in the world. But I just feel like Locatelli came in and just it was it was not what we needed to see. I don't even care about the own goal, to be honest. I don't think that was really a factor. I just think that we were building up quite fine against Estonia with that two-man midfield, and bringing in the three-man. I feel like Locatelli slows the game down too much sometimes. It's unnecessary, and you know I was just looking forward to more attacking, more fluid, more energy, more fire. It's hard to have the fire when the game keeps getting slowed down. And I think we did pretty much dominate with low 60s possession, but it didn't feel like it watching the game because we have the ball with Locatelli in our half all the time. Like, yeah, we have the ball, but Israel gets the ball and they get to our half like consistently and very fast. It didn't seem like we dominated possession because we didn't do anything with it majority of the time, even though somehow we walked away with 5 goals and 3 points, which is awesome. I mean, Politano, I was a fan of Politano because before we played Estonia, I wanted Orsolini to start instead. But I think I can say after that game, not even because Politano scored, Orsolini comes on, and I just feel like it was wasted possession, rushing. I think he wants to start, which is very understandable. He's determined to start, and he wants to show Gattuso, like, I can start. So, but it looks like he's rushing things, almost trying to force things with the ball. Um, you're up 5-4 with 2 minutes left, and he's going for a complete switch of play out of nowhere, and it was very far off of, I don't know if it was Cambiaso or DeMarco's foot, straight to Israel, and everyone was like, hey, relax, man. We have the ball in a good space. You have Di Lorenzo with you. Even his very first touch of the game was a very, very underwhelming cross, and he almost just looked like he was running out of shape. It was kind of concerning. Italy's fourth goal, however, was one of the highlights of the game, I think. Um, the fifth goal was kind of fluky, that Tonali, whatever. I'm trying to remember all the goals now. Keane did very well with his finishes. Politano even had a well finish too. Um, the, so I'm just gonna start with the fourth goal because that is what we're looking to see from Italy. That's what football fans want to see when they turn on a football match. Uh, Short, quick combinations. Like Israel, if they had no idea what was going on, they had no chance to stop that because it was just short and quick. Cambiaso to Tonali to Fratesi, back to Tonali, back to Cortezi, back to or like fake shot and the reverse, this little reverse slip in Raspadori on the one time finish. Israel, it was just a step behind. That's what football fans are looking for. That was like wonderful. Not to like belittle the other goals that Italy scored, like Ken's goals, because I think they were great finishes. I think Ken in his first goal showed like maturity that I wasn't aware that he had, because he's not the youngest anymore, but sometimes he still plays like it. A, a young Ken or a younger Ken would have shot that on the first time with max power, but he slowed it down and took a touch to open his body up to get the goalie to move a little bit to the other side before hitting the reverse finish, similar to Fratesi's pass. So I was not expecting that. I was very happy when that went in. Ken's second goal, I think that was just like a number nine's finish. Like we know from his season at Fiorentina last year that he has that in him, and I'm happy that he showed it with the Azzurri jersey because it's two different things, playing for Fiorentina and playing for the Azzurri. So that was nice. Politano with a nice palm finish. I mean, I think Retegi's hold-up play has just been yesterday and usually all the time, but yesterday his hold-up play was just like wonderful. Ken has good hold-up play too, but we've seen it more out of Retegi yesterday, and we've seen the way they were combining. They're both big guys that the center backs have to pay serious attention to. So you see it a lot. If the ball comes into Ken, you've seen that one play where he dummied it to Retegi and got it back. It's just heartwarming stuff to see. It's very enjoyable to see. I was very unsure about it at first, the two strikers, but if they keep combining like that, holding up play like that, creating opportunities for their teammates like that, I will never be against that two striker. I think it's wonderful. I think Gattuso's still finding out who he wants to play, what he wants to do, but I'm excited for the future. I think as of right now, I would say Bastoni's a guaranteed. Um, we don't have to talk about Donnarumma, right? We know he's playing. I think Bastoni and Di Lorenzo are pretty cemented. I think the two strikers should be cemented, and Tonali should be cemented. DeMarco, I think I'm still gonna stick with DeMarco, even though I am a fan of Cambiaso, but maybe Cambiaso is just the last 30 minutes type of guy. You don't know. But Barella is he's pretty cemented there. I think, you know, Yesterday, he had that one play where he should have shot it, but still, I think Barella, Tonali, Cemented, Bastoni, and for me, Calafiori over Mancini every day. Even Buongiorno, even Scalvini over Mancini. Di Lorenzo, Cemented. The back four, pretty much we understand. Tonali, Barella, yeah. For now, Politano on the right over Orsolini. I'm begging Arne Slot to give Keza some minutes because he will come back to the national team on that left wing, and I'm genuinely being serious. It will change our life. What a Keza DeMarco left side can do is unbelievable, and we know Keza's a workhorse too. I'm just daydreaming right now of Keza getting that ball on that left and cutting in like no one can stop him. With DeMarco overlapping with Ken and Retegui on the inside, with Barella on the cutback, it's just chef's kiss. Gattuso, make it happen. Come on. One more month, we come back against Moldova and Estonia again, or no? We come back next month again, Estonia and Israel again. So let's go. Good eat.